solaradvisors.com. I'm Jennifer and this is my husband Jeff. Today we want to talk to you about some of the most commonly asked questions in solar. Obviously meeting with hundreds of customers over the last 6+ years, there's certainly, I would say, certain concerns or questions that everybody always asks. One of them would always be, what if I need a roof replacement down the road? Or how is this going to affect my roof? Does it avoid my roof warranty?
Void.
What did I say?
Avoid.
Void. I know. Again, my phonetics are terrible. Yay! Y'all would laugh. My mom, I'm sure she'll watch this at some point, is a retired public school teacher. She taught school for 38 years. She was an English major. My grandmother, her mom, was a speech teacher back in the day. And my husband, who is a West Coast boy, as y'all can tell, I have a Southern accent. I was raised in Tennessee. He loves to make fun of the way I talk. So hopefully everybody out there can understand me just fine.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. She's actually the details, like, the head that makes the neck that makes the head turn kind of thing, or whatever they say.
Okay, let's get back to the agenda.
Let's get back to the agenda, because I've got grandiose ideas, but she is details. So
anyway, so a lot of the questions that we get asked, again, going back to the roof, because people are concerned, what if there is a leak? Is it going to void my warranty? What if I do need a roof replacement? So let's say you already have your panels on the roof, and down the road you do need a roof replacement. Installers will take that system off, store it, and put it back on for you. Is there a fee for that? Yes. They obviously need to cover their labor charge. Most installers that I've talked to and work with will tell you it's not a money maker. They just need to cover their cost of having their guys go out, take it off, and then put it back on. Another thing too is you got to think about these installers. They're taking on the risk. It's going to fall on their insurance, their liability, if there is a roof leak. Most of them will give you as part of their contract at least a 10-year, some of them will call it a craftsmanship or workmanship warranty. So check for that. Make sure they do that. Make sure they are licensed, bonded, and insured. The thing with solar, you got to think about it like this. Heaven forbid, let's say there is going to be a roof leak. It's not like something that's going to happen 10 years from now. If there is going to be one, and hopefully there won't, and it is very, very, very rare, it's something that's going to happen within like the first year or two. There's nothing that's exposed to the elements as far as your mounting is concerned and where the roof has been penetrated that's going to deteriorate over time. And installers, most of them are using like it's kind of like the silicone stuff, I'll keep it simple, that expands to prevent against, leaking or re-flashing. If it's a metal roof, depending upon what type of metal roof, they don't even have to penetrate the roof, it's the type of clamp that they use. So they really do have it down to a science. Hopefully they're a reputable installer that knows what they're doing. Another big question, or I guess maybe a big concern in solar is, and I kind of find this more with women than I do men, is the aesthetics of it. Most people don't like the look of solar. We get it. I'm in the solar business. I love solar. Do I necessarily like the look of it? No. Ask Jeff. He likes the look of it. He thinks it modernizes the home. He thinks it's super cool looking. So everybody has their own difference of opinion.
Or you could take your 1970s, 60s home and turn it into a mid-century modern. Right? That's the big thing out west, So, you got the space age black glass on your roof. It actually is cool. And then a lot of times you can get on the sides and the rear. It doesn't matter. But hey, if in the next 20 years you're going to save $100,000 and then add value to your home, whoop-de-freaking-do, And then a lot of times, if you can't, like companies, they will do this if you get the right company, they'll move it. So you can actually use it on a house. You're paying the money towards it. You pay it off, or even if you get close to paying off, you're not paid it off yet. You can take it with you. You can use it to add value to your home, saying this is how much, if we roll it into the mortgage, this is how much that would be on monthly savings on your mortgage. And we've seen houses sell a lot faster that have solar. You can say, hey, energy efficient home when you market, because we've done real estate in the past. Very big, that was our big thing. We 89 agents and big company. Or you can use it to bring to your next house or your cabin or wherever you want to put it.
A lot of
You can paint
installers
it.
will
Yeah.
offer to move the system for you.
Yeah.
So I always tell folks, because that's another question I was going to bring up, is a lot of people ask us, what happens when I go to sell my house? There's no bad, answer. Like Jeff said, either one, it's going to add value to your home, and you can use it in marketing your home. You know, energy efficient home, lower cost of energy bills, or a lot of installers, if you want, they will offer to move it to your new home. I guess most folks, I think, would actually leave it and let it transfer over to the new owner. And that's another thing too. A lot of people ask us, about the equipment. We've kind of talked about this before on an earlier video, but most panels, most inverters, most equipment come with a 25-year warranty. Pretty much that's kind of the standard in the industry now. And again, Jeff has highlighted before, remember that warranty is only as good as long as that manufacturer is going to be around. So make sure the panel and the inverter that you're installing, which is something that we will help take a look at for you, make sure it's not only a reputable company, but a company that's been around a while and is financially stable. So they're going to be around 15, 20, 25, 30 years down the road. But again, you sell your house, buyer's ecstatic, that system gets paid off with the sale of your home. They move into a home that now, depending upon where you're at, either you've reduced the utility bill 100%, 60%, 70%, whatever it is, but they're going to be ecstatic. And that warranty will transfer over to the new owner.
Right. And another thing we'd like to do is find out what your situation is. Because if you're looking at, hey, I've had customers that are in their 80s saying, give them a 25-year projection on savings. And they're like, well, you know where I'm going to be in 25 years? Looking up, so Mr. Beck. And so what we can do is show them, hey, look, is this going to add value to the home when your kids inherit it and they go to resell it? Does it make more sense for you to do a lease to protect yourself there, or a power purchase agreement? There are a lot of different types of programs that are out there, and we don't necessarily, very few people would recommend doing something like that too. It's always better, in my opinion, to own versus rent, even if it's a leased solar system or power purchase agreement. But if you have no ability to use those tax credits because you're too old, you're not paying in taxes or anything like that, and you're on retirement, fixed income, you're just trying to protect yourself against rate increases so that you can stay in that house, because those utility bills, let's say in California, they could be $1,000 a month now. I mean, it's crazy. So, you may be more apt to go with a lease during that time, and then whatever's remaining on the lease could be paid off with the sale of the home and that kind of thing. There are different ideas that we have with people that we found in regards to retirement plans and things where you could actually use the tax credits. So make sure you send us what you can, and we'd like to see if there's different ways. And again, we're not CPAs, we're not accountants, but we'd like to point you in the right direction, give you some ideas to ask your accountant on some of those things. So whatever it is, there are many, many reasons. The environment is a huge reason to do it, but what we like to say is that if you're going to have some equipment, maybe you'd be willing to will that equipment to the foundation that we're starting, where it's, go to it again, it's www.rescuerays.org. And, most equipment's being made to be used so long that it could be used to save lives after you're done using it. And so there's things that you can do there, and it would be, a possible tax advantage for the, probate, or for your, what you're leaving behind. I'm trying to spacing the name. What it is. But the name, anyways, yeah, whatever. So, I'm sure a lot of you know the word. Okay, so anyway, so we, it's I'm trying to think of something too fast. So just send us an email. We'd love to help you. Again, And what we're doing with, the money is we're doing some amazing things with it. And off of this channel, we're going to help a lot of people. And our goal is to save lives, not just the environment and you and your bill and adding value to your home and helping you and your generations after you. But, there are so many reasons I can't even stop on going solar, especially right now. While there's incentives available, in about a few years, they're gone. And, what we've been told is 2023 is the end of the federal. But if you're in an area where they still have a state tax credit, we don't know when that's going to go away. I mean, we've lived in states where they had just disappeared, and then they ended up with like Albuquerque, for instance, they ended up with a mandated like annual escalator that was just about 10%. Again, your bill's going to double every 7 years at 10%. So, consider how much money you might be saving the person in the future that buys that home. But at the same time, if you have extra equipment or older equipment and some new technology comes out, heck, donate the new equipment to the foundation, and you possibly get a tax deduction or whatever, but at least have the warm and fuzzies that you're helping to save lives and bring power to the third world or even people in our own backyard that need it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so www.mysolaradvisors.com.